ask me if I give a fuck about mine. Recently I just don't give a fuck about it now. Ask me if I give a fuck about it this. Ask me if I give a fuck about it clear.
In the heart of 1920s Detroit, amidst the clamor of industry and innovation, resided a chilling force of organized crime, the Purple Gang. This ruthless entity, born from the struggles of a group of young Jewish immigrants, invoked fear and respect, carving out their dominion through sheer brutality amid the chaos of Prohibition. Their story is a powerful tale of ambition and violence interwoven with the fabric of a city, grappling with change. Emerging from the gritty streets of the Lower East Side, the gang began their ascent through petty criminal antics, boldly stealing, pickpocketing, and extorting victims beneath the flickering streetlights. Their reputation quickly morphed into notoriety, and the name Purple Gang became synonymous with menace, born from a local shopkeeper's vivid comparison of them to rotten grapes. Yet the gang was on the cusp of a more lucrative venture, one that would propel them to unmatched power during the Prohibition era. With the rise of Prohibition, the gang transitioned smoothly from small-time thuggery to the lucrative world of bootlegging. Detroit became a crucial junction in the illegal liquor trade, thanks to its proximity to Canada. Partnering with infamous mobster Al Capone, the Purple Gang held an iron grip over the smuggling routes, ensuring that the city was flooded with illicit alcohol. By the mid-1920s, they dominated roughly 80% of the illegal liquor market, using fearsome tactics including bombings, kidnappings, and outright murders to cement their control. The narrative took a dark turn during the infamous Collingwood Manor Massacre in 1931, where the gang's violent reach resulted in a shocking murder that caught the nation's attention. This flagship act of aggression marked a turning point, drawing heightened scrutiny from law enforcement and merely foreshadowing their impending decline. As the gang's operations expanded beyond bootlegging to include labor racketeering and illegal gambling, they had carved out a vast empire, but at a cost. As Prohibition waned, the gang struggled to adapt. They shifted tactics, targeting local businesses for control of the cleaning and dyeing industry, and becoming deeply enmeshed in illegal racetrack betting. However, as law enforcement cracked down, the once mighty Purple Gang began to splinter, marking their descent from the pinnacle of power to infamy. Brutality and power. What truly set the Purple Gang apart was their sheer brutality. They enforced their rule through terror, wiping out rivals without hesitation. During the Cleaner and Dyer Wars, the gang bombed laundries that refused to pay them for protection. They were notorious for torturing and killing anyone who crossed them, making them feared not just by other gangs but by the public at large. Their connections with Al Capone extended beyond bootlegging. Capone reportedly used the Purple Gang to carry out hits on rivals in Chicago. The gang's reputation for violence made them invaluable to mobsters across the Midwest, but they remained fiercely independent, refusing to be absorbed into Capone's empire. The downfall. Despite their power, internal conflicts and increased law enforcement pressure would lead to the Purple Gang's demise. Infighting among members resulted in betrayals and assassinations within the gang, weakening their unity. The Collingwood Manor Massacre, in particular, put the gang on the radar of law enforcement, and several key members were arrested and imprisoned. By the mid-1930s, the Purple Gang had disbanded. Many of its leaders were dead, imprisoned, or had fled the city. The end of Prohibition also dealt a significant blow to their operations, as the bootlegging business that had made them rich was no longer profitable. Legacy. The Purple Gang left an indelible mark on Detroit's history. They were the first organized crime syndicate to control the city and laid the foundation for the rise of other criminal organizations. Their ruthless tactics and violent methods influenced how crime was conducted in Detroit for decades to come. Although the gang's reign was relatively short-lived, their story is a critical chapter in Detroit's history of crime. They showed just how profitable and deadly the world of organized crime could be in the Motor City.